Hello everybody at YouTube and everybody that's my subscribers. This is Vlogmas Day 9, but my Vlogmas Day 8 went bust yesterday. I woke up yesterday morning dizzy. I was at the motel, which is beautiful, of course, if you've watched my other vlog. But I woke up dizzy and did not have a good day. We checked out at about 10:30, something like that, and then headed for home. And every corner my husband went around, I was like, oh. So it was not a good day for me yesterday. We got home here and I was exhausted. I mean, it is exhausting when you have vertigo because you're trying to keep your body upright at all times. And so I was tired yesterday. So I did not get to vlog yesterday. And so I'm doing maybe every other day. I don't know, it's just how it's working out. So today's Vlogmas Day 9, my vlog Day 7. But it is the 9th of December. We got about 4 or 5 inches of snow overnight, and it was beautiful this morning when I woke up, but I haven't even been out in it. My husband, he kind of shoveled this morning so he could leave for work. Schools were 2 hours late today because they hadn't gotten out and plowed. In fact, I got up early this morning and I looked outside and there was not even a car track on the road in front of me, so I took some pictures. And with my other camera, and I did some long exposure pictures. I haven't even looked at them. I haven't uploaded them. So I've just been trying to keep myself upright today. So anyway, I called the doctor again to see if maybe I can stop in there again today and see what's going on. Every time I lay down and then get up again, I'm dizzy. Or I just get these waves of dizziness, and it's just not going away. I'm so tired of it. It's a month and a half of this. So anyway, that's how my day is going today. I ordered a pizza today because I have nothing in the house to eat that I looked at. I mean, I have some lentil soup, but I had soup last night. So I ordered, and I ate one piece of pizza, no meat, just vegetables. And I actually ordered it basic and then just added some olives and some onions to it, and then rebaked it a little bit. So anyway. So I know I shouldn't have pizza. If you're supposed to be doing keto, ignore me. But I did pretty good this weekend. So anyway, so that's the news from Lake Grand Rapids. Lake Pokegama is down here. So I should say Lake Pokegama. It's not Wobegon. Wobegon is down south. Anyway, so that's what's going on. I am so frustrated. I have not done any shopping. I went downstairs to sweep up a little bit. I'm hoping to get things rearranged downstairs so that I can get my Christmas stuff out. Have not even got my Christmas stuff out. I haven't gone and got the tree yet. We usually do that around my birthday though, which is next week. So that wouldn't be unusual. And I kind of like to leave it up later into January. So if I'm doing January films, you'll see it in the background into January, sometimes February if the tree's lasting. I don't know. I like to extend the season just a little bit. And I love the lights. So anyway, so that's my Vlogmas Day 9. I was just watching Dory's, and Dory, I have advice for you. If you want cards made, go to Snapfish or Vistaprint. I am not sponsored by them. Nobody sponsors me because I don't have enough people. But I've used Snapfish in the past and Vistaprint both. Do not buy the address labels from Snapfish though, because they're expensive. And you get like 24 for $5, whereas Vistaprint, I think I paid $12 for 450. So order that one. So, and then I kind of matched it to the style of card that I chose. But Snapfish has some really good templates that you can use. I ordered mine last week, and so I'm hoping that they'll be coming this week. I'm not one for worrying about getting them out before Christmas. I've sent out cards in January. Everybody else's has come in December. Mine comes out in January, so I'm extending the season again. So those are the two companies that I've used anyway for that kind of thing. So if you have any ideas or if you want to do that kind of stuff, then I suggest trying them. And they're very easy to use and set up. So that's what I would suggest. And Esther, I just love your videos. It's so much fun to have somebody who believes the same way I do post every day and tell me what you're doing, because we have just a small little church that only has about 10 people in it, and I miss out on everything that's young people related. Young people do not want to stay in our church. It's not exciting. It requires a lot of work. They're not interested in what we're discussing. They want to be where there's activity. And of course, this is a catch-22, because if we don't have young people, we don't have activities. And so because we don't have activities, we don't have young people. That's just how it is. And there aren't a lot of Daniels out there anymore. There aren't a lot of people who are willing to go out there and just settle in a small little church and help out. They want to go where they can sit in the pews, and they just want to sit there and be entertained and not have to work at anything. And so, yeah, that's just how it is. So I honestly believe that our church has been blessed by the people that we have in it, even though they're all older than me. There is a very, very useful, what shall I say, blessing in having older people in your church. They've been there, they've done that, and so they're very, very common sense, very, very willing to help out when they can, even though most of them are older and some of them can't. Yeah. But I believe my husband and I are in this town just because of this church. Because if we hadn't been in this church would have closed down. And our belief system is such that the churches belong in town. And so because of that, we've stuck with it. Everything that led up to us coming here indicated to me that this is where we needed to be. And even though I didn't want to do it, literally I was against moving up here because I knew the situation here with the churches. Because we have a church about 6 miles away. But all of the Adventists that move up into this area do not come to our church. They go to the other church. And so because of that, I'm the only one that's in my church right now that was raised in the church. The others are all converts or people who were converted later in life. And so it gets pretty sad and lonely for me sometimes. And it's not that those people are not good. That's not what I'm saying. I just said I really appreciate and I'm blessed by these people. But it would really be nice to have young people in our church. It would really be nice. I thrive on younger people. I thrive on all age groups under the age I am. And maybe that's because I wanted to be a teacher at one point. And I miss it terribly. But there's nobody that age group that's interested. They don't care. And all they want is to just go to a church that everybody else is going to, and they don't want to put in the work that is required in our church. Now, I should say that when we came here, there was about 7 to 8 members going to our church here. But as the years have gone past, the last 5.5 years have gone by, it'll be 6 years this coming February was 6 years since we moved here. And since in that amount of time, we have 2 members that were here originally. The rest have all passed away. And so we still have 10 people attending. So we've gained 7 or 8 people since I moved here, counting ourselves. So there is something to this, and God is blessing us in ways that we just don't understand. And so, even though I know this, it is really, really hard sometimes for me to go to church. I really want young people in my church. I want young people who care, are there for the mission, who don't care about what the church looks like, don't care about whether or not we have a lot of entertainment, don't care about social club. I need people that are there to expand the kingdom of God. And right now, there's not a lot of those people coming and joining a small church, which is always the case. So until that happens, until God opens up the doors and says, let everybody enter in, I'm stuck there, and I'm going to stay there because my honest belief is that it's supposed to be there. So anyway, that's my little rant for the day. It's just difficult. I get lonely. I get really lonely for people who believe like I believe and understand where I'm coming from and know what it's like to grow up in the church and do the things that the church used to do, and I miss it. I miss it a lot. But they're just, nobody's training their children to be Daniels anymore. And by that I mean to deny self, to deny to stand up for what they believe in, regardless of what everybody says around them, to do the right thing, regardless of whether it's popular or everybody else is doing it or not. And that's what I meant by Daniel. And I honestly believe I bring Daniel up a lot in my life because that's my favorite Bible character. I've been in situations where I had to stand up and be a Daniel, and it was a hard thing to do, but I'm glad I did it. So it's easy to follow along with the crowd. It's tough to stand alone and to stay firm in your beliefs. So anyway, just my beliefs. If I hope this doesn't offend anybody. I hope nobody gets mad at me. I hope, but this is just my beliefs, and this is where I'm coming from, and it is a very, very big part of my life. And being the elder of the church now, I feel not only is it a part of my life, but it's a big responsibility in my life, not only for myself, but for those members who are still there, struggling, paying the bills to keep it open. So, all right. Anyway, I didn't weigh in today because I felt, no, I'm not going to do that. The weekend was here, and nothing was organized and set. And I just listened to a nutritionfacts.org video where it says that eating early is the best thing to do. So if you're going to fast, it is not a good idea to stop fasting or to start fasting at like 9 o'clock at night and not eat until 9 or 12 o'clock the next day. So what they have found to be true is that if you fast from like 2 o'clock in the afternoon until the next morning at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you have much better success and you're healthier overall than if you eat in the afternoon and then don't eat in the morning. So they have found through studies and research that eating first thing in the morning, your big meals, breakfast and lunch, and then fasting for the rest of the day, so 16 to 18 hours after that, is the best way to do it. So I'm thinking after Christmas, that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm going to eat a lunch 5 hours later. So breakfast will probably be for me about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And then about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I will eat my lunch / dinner. And then I won't eat anything until the next morning again. I'm going to try it and see if they're right. Nutritionfacts.org, if you've not been there, is Dr. Michael Greger is on that channel, and he takes the research that's out there and then explains it to you so you can understand it about what is best for your health and what is not best for your health. And then he brings all of the studies that have been done for that. And this last one was really important to me because it was an Adventist study that they looked at, and they found that Adventists on average live 10 years longer than most other people in the general population. And a lot of that is because of their health plan, our health plan, the thing I learned growing up. And I had friends growing up who didn't eat. They ate a breakfast, they ate a lunch, and they ate no supper. They also did not eat and drink at the same time. So I've known that for a very long time, and being on this VSG journey has solidified that, yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. So they would have a drink a half hour before their meal, and then they would have their meal, and they would not drink or drink when they were eating. So there is something to it. So you should check it out. Nutritionfacts.org. He's not an Adventist organization. He's just a researcher and a doctor who takes and compiles all the information that he finds out there in the world, and then gives it to you. So, and then he has everything. He's got videos on everything: cancer, high blood pressure, diabetes, overweight. All of that is on his channel. So go check it out if you haven't before. And he doesn't pay me to say this. These are just some of my favorite things to do. So I watch Michael Greger a lot. So one of these days I'm going to do my favorite things video, because I have some things that I stick with on a regular basis and have for most of my married life, such as, just for example, my grandmother used to use Oxidol to wash her clothes. My mother used Oxidol to wash her clothes. Our clothes as we were growing up. I've used Oxidol for 37 years now, as much as I could find it, because it's hard to find. Target doesn't have it, Walmart doesn't have it. You'll find it in local grocery stores maybe, and if you don't, ask for it, because they will stock it if you ask for it. I use the powdered version. There is a liquid version, but I don't use that one. And I use it mainly for my whites. I use just general soap, like just the $2.99 soap for colored clothes. But for my whites and my light colors, I use exclusively Oxidol. So that's one of my favorite things. Oxidol laundry detergent, which is a weird thing to stick to. But there are always things that we just go towards when we shop that we just don't compromise on. And so one of these days I'm going to do a video on my favorite things that I buy on a regular basis or that I stick with. And Oxidol is my first one. So, all right, well, this is already 15 minutes long, and I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to rant about the church, but it just is something I care about deeply. And Esther, I want to say thank you for sharing your faith also on your videos. That encourages me every single time I listen to it. It makes me feel so warm inside. And oh, I wish we had a junior missionary volunteers. I wish we had a Pathfinders Club close, but we don't. I would definitely be involved in it if we did, because I loved JMV when I was a kid, and that's what they called it when I was a kid, was Junior Missionary Volunteers, and we did it when I was in church school, and I loved every minute of it. And for those of you who don't know, Pathfinders and JMV, for my age, is just like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, but it's church related. So you learn Bible verses, and you learn the Bible, and you do things that are for the community, just like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts do. So it's kind of the same thing. So, all right. You guys all take care. Vlogmas Day 10 is coming up tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.